So while we are talking about the different preservation strategies, right? We know that there are animal or species specific approach where we want to protect and prevent one particular species. So we separate the species from its environment and we put it into the captive breeding and allow it to grow. That is species specific approach. But how do we know that which species we need to prevent extinction, which species we need to protect? How do we know? We know that from IUCN category, IUCN list. Okay, the red data list that we know. This IUCN list ranges from least concerned type of individual to extinct type of organism in the world. So we are moving from least concerned to extinct. Those like least concerned, near threatened, vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, extinct in the wild, extinct. These are the sequence. So you see that least concerned is nothing to worry about. Lowest risk, the animals with lowest risk now. Near threatened, likely to become endangered in few years in future. Vulnerable, high risk of endangerment in wild. So this one is something that from this one we take care. Vulnerable species means they have high risk of endangerment in the wild. Endangered is high risk of extinction in the wild. And extinction in the wild, critically endangered, extremely high risk of extinction in the wild. And extinct in the wild, EW type means this species is not found in any natural habitat anymore. It's only present in the captive breeding or zoo or any other places or any human establishments where they need support for their growth. And extinct is no known individuals remaining on the earth. That is extinct. Right? So what are the protocol based on which IUCN list is prepared? There are multiple criteria. 5 separate criteria are listed here. First one, population reduction. At what percentage a population is being reduced? Second one, restricted geographic range. Right? Geographic range means their habitat range. How much they are restricted? Means habitat loss. Basically, it's related to habitat loss. Small population size and decline. How exactly their population size is being declined? That is also important. Population reduction in number and population size reduction, both are important. Very small or restricted population, extinction probability analysis. Based on all these factors, we also analyze the probability of extinction in future. Based on our earlier data that we got, right? Earlier data, let's say similar species of the similar environment found that this many individuals were left. So after this many years, they are gone. So based on that calculation, we can do the probability of extinction. So all of them has a numerical threshold value for all of them, fixed value that we have created, right? Because this is a rule that we are making, right? So we need to create ranges or values. So beyond that range or after, like before or after that range, we can term them either critically endangered, endangered or vulnerable, right? Based on the value, we can mark them vulnerable, endangered or critically endangered, because these are the 3 types we are more concerned about. Vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered. And this is the overall criteria, which you don't need to remember, but just give you an idea. Percentage decline, geographical distribution in area per square kilometer, population size, number of mature individuals, and extinction probability. All these A, B, C, D, E, 5 criteria are listed. And you can see that range. If it is 80 to 90, then critically endangered. If it is 50 to 70, endangered. 30 to 50, vulnerable. For the population decline trend, so percentage of population decline 30 to 50%, vulnerable, 50 to 70%, endangered, 80 to 90%, critically endangered. Geographical distribution less than 2,000 to 20,000, vulnerable, 500 to 5,000, endangered, 10 to 100 square kilometer, critically endangered. আর এগুলো আলাদা আলাদা করে মনে রাখার কোনো দরকার নেই. What you need to know, is basically the difference between all these three and difference between vulnerable, endangered and critically endangered, these three. And mainly if you know the difference, key criteria, what criteria they are involved with, the percentage of population decline and geographical distribution in area decline and population number, a number of individuals in the mature age. That's it. That's all you need to understand.